An overview of Canada's refugee policy. From 1995 to 2004, Canada welcomed 2.1 million immigrants. This included 265,000 refugees who were granted permanent residence. This is 12% of the whole. Refugee protection was not part of Canadian law until 1978. Early immigration policy discriminated on the basis of race. British and North Europeans were encouraged to immigrate. The Komagata Maru incident involved a Japanese steamship, the Komagata Maru, that sailed from Hong Kong to Shanghai, China, Yokohama, Japan, and then on to Vancouver in 1914, carrying 376 passengers from Punjab, India. Of them, 20 were admitted to Canada, but the other 356 were not allowed to land in Canada, and the ship was forced to return to India. The passengers consisted of 340 Sikhs, 24 Muslims, and 12 Hindus. All were British subjects. This was one of the several incidents in the history of the early 20th century involving exclusion laws in both Canada and the United States, designed to keep out immigrants of Asian origin. In the 1930s and 40s, thousands of European Jews tried to flee Nazi Germany. Motivated by anti-Semitism, the Canadian government used its discretion to exclude Jews. In 1951, the Geneva Convention relating to the status of refugees defined who was a refugee and their right to legal protection and assistance from those who signed the convention. A refugee is any person who, owing to well-founded fear of being persecuted for reasons of race, religion, nationality, membership of a particular social group, or political opinion, is outside the country of his nationality and is unable to, or, owing to such fear, is unwilling to avail himself of the protection of that country. The 1951 Geneva Convention was limited to protecting the approximately 50 million European refugees after World War II. States can interpret the convention to include or restrict certain categories. For example, Canada recognizes women and gays fleeing from gender persecution as members of a particular social group. In 1967, additional protocols were added to expand the geographical area to recognize the problem of displacement around the world. Canada did not sign the 1951 Geneva Convention and Protocol until 1969. The RCMP were worried that signing the protocol would limit the ability of Canada to deport refugees on legal grounds. Before 1969, Canada selected refugees overseas and admitted them by group. 1956, over 37,000 Hungarians. In 1968, nearly 11,000 Czech refugees. In 1973, more than 7,000 Asian Ugandans. And in 1978, nearly 1,200 Chileans.